Good evening. Welcome, everyone. This is Love Never Dies radio show. And I am Pamela Marie Edmunds, here broadcasting from my home in Sedona, Arizona. Actually, my healing room, let's call it that. All right. And times are still rocking and rolling, aren't they, everyone? Yes. Got a lot going on around us in this dear country, this beautiful country of the United States. And I know a lot of people have a lot going on that is occurring for them personally in their lives and within them. This is a time of big change. I can tell you that. I just woke up an hour before I had to get dressed to sit here for this. So that's okay. And having a conversation with one of I'm going to say my followers, let's put it that way, students, clients, whatever term you like to say. It's all about taking care of us, right? All about taking care of us and speaking up for ourselves and following through. I am originally from Massachusetts, and the reason I'm saying this, I now live in Sedona, Arizona, and it's about taking care of us, taking care of me. And Spirit does guide us when we need the help. That's why I'm out here in Sedona. And that's why I have a beautiful cat. I don't know if he's going to show up. I was hoping he was going to be on the show tonight. Sylvester. He is my little healer. He's my confidant. And tonight, I just want to touch base for people who are listening to this, because this will be posted on YouTube, and that's the opportunity for people to listen to it afterwards. And please share it. And if you like what's on my YouTube channel, which is Pamela Marie Edmunds, please subscribe to it. Right now, I'm seeking to get 100 subscribers. I believe we're up, I just hit 41 or 42. And once I hit the 100 mark, YouTube will let me have a URL the way I want it, which will be Pamela Marie Edmunds. Okay? So, this is all about assisting humanity. The animals, yes, that's all about assisting humanity, because they are raising their vibration too, are they not? Yes, anybody who has a pet in and around them will realize that that pet is becoming more in tune to them, more in tune to vibration, more awakened. Okay? And how do I know all this? I'm a medium. I am a theta healing practitioner. That's something I'll discuss another time. I am a spiritual teacher. I am a host of this show and have been doing radio now since, oh gosh, 2000, 2001, and originated my first show out here in Sedona, Arizona, the best place to be. I will tell you the energies are extremely high, but it's a great place to visit and possibly stay for a while. Get some healing. Get yourself more connected to that higher aspect of who you are. I want to share that. Okay, what was I say? If you're needing to get information on this show, find out who's coming up and what's going on with the show, or what the meeting ID number and passcode are, those are always on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. As my services are there, testimonials, more about me. Okay. So tonight, as you know, I work with spirit. I'm a medium, right? So I was like, well, what am I going to do for this show? What's the topic going to be? And I heard pets. And then it finally came in. Well, pets visit from heaven. Well, yes, they do. And they're always with us, just like our brother, our sister, our mother, our grandmother. They are all around us. And a lot of people do talk about the pets going to Rainbow Bridge. It may be one there. I have not been convinced of that. What I have been convinced of, and I'm going to share, is that the pets go to the same part of heaven where we are going to be, the spirit world, where we are going to go. And yeah, they're waiting for us, but they're not sitting there just waiting. They are doing other things. And a lot of times they may be connecting to us, such as we're doing here with tonight's show, or they may be being of service, like some of our loved ones are. Anybody listening to me who's got a loved one who connects with them on a regular basis? I think so. Yes. Absolutely. And that the veil is thin enough for them to lower their consciousness, lower their energy to connect to us, and that we can raise our consciousness. And how do we do that? Usually it's meditation, but there's different forms of meditation. Meditation could be out for a nice walk in nature. Could be a bathtub, soaking in the tub, shutting our eyes and just letting all those cares go. Or it could be a structured meditation. We're sitting quietly, closing our eyes. But the whole point is about our raising our consciousness. So if I can be of any help to you in regards to this show, let me know. My contact information, I say, is through my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. I do have an email address, PamelaEdmunds@earthlink.net. Okay? So tonight, we do have a few people here, and hopefully a few more will show up. It surprises me that when I post an event like this, I let people know it's free. And I have a number of people who respond saying they're interested, and I send out a reminder. And a lot of them don't show up. That's kind of sad. So tonight, pets. Why do they visit from heaven? Same reason as our loved ones, our family members or friends do. Because of the love that emanated between us, existed, was created. It still continues on, right? Exactly. It's all about love, and that's part of why the show title is Love Never Dies. Because they remember that love, they want to be here with us. Because they remember that love, that caring we gave them, and the caring they were able to give to us, they want to watch over us. They want the best for us and for our relationship with them. So that is wonderful. As I said, I have a wonderful pet here who connects to the spirit realm for me and helps out too at times. Yet he's hiding out somewhere, and it's we can't always make a pet do what we want it to do, can we? They have minds of their own. Sylvester, he'll be back on again. There are some pictures of him. I'm not sure there are any on my website. Well, we'll make sure there's some pictures of him. He will be talked about more in the future. But as far as pets on the other side, I want to share how I've been doing mediumship with people since, 2000, about 20 years. And a pet would show up alongside the human as a piece of evidence that the sitter, the person I was reading for, would recognize. Yeah. But what happened is I have a beautiful pet now in spirit, Earth Angel, who traveled with me to get me safely to Sedona. And sadly, his time was up the month later. He got sick and I had to put him to sleep. Well, since then, he and I have been communicating from the other side. It's like he came in to be with me in the physical form, and then he needed to leave his physical body because it was no longer sustaining him. Well, I heard the cat, excuse me, and off to the physical, spiritual world. Knowing that mom was a good medium and able to receive him, we resolved our grieving in some various ways. And he now communicates. Actually, I channel him. If you go to my YouTube page, you'll find, you will find some pictures of Earth Angel there and a couple channelings. And there'll be more about Earth Angel in the future. So those of you who are nicely listening to me here and in your thinking, I see both both are in thinking mode. Let's see who we have around us. I was hoping for more people, but that's okay. Spirits, this is in Spirit's hands. I already put out some prayer on this, asking for them to be with us. Lori, I know, has numerous pets on the other side. Yet, can I almost say that Lori's almost like a St. Francis of Assisi with the animals? Actually, both of you are, right? And what I mean, St. Francis, is they all attract to you, right? And you know what? When I see someone with that attraction going on with animals, it tells me that they're good people. If I see somebody who's not fond of having animals and doesn't have any animals around them, whether in the physical or the spiritual side, I kind of question this. I don't know if there's my antenna goes up. There's something that's wrong with this picture.
Mm-hmm.
So Lori, first I want to say there's both cats and dogs around you. Okay.
Yes.
And can I even say, who had the guinea pig?
We didn't have a guinea pig. We had rabbits.
Okay. All right. Guinea pig and a rabbit. Yep.
And ducks.
Okay, ducks.
I hope the ducks don't come in because there's a lot of them.
This is cute. And somebody wanted to bring home a snake at one time?
No, I had a dog that killed a snake.
Okay. The dog wanted to bring the snake home.
Yeah, she the girls were across a brook and we were just doing yard work and all of a sudden they started screaming and the dog just made a beeline for them. I mean, snapped the chain and everything to get to them. And there was like a 3-foot goddess snake and the dog just pounced on it and then brought it back. And I went, oh, such a good job. Yuck.
Well, thank you for the gift, right?
Yes.
Thank you for the gift. Do you have a specific animal that you'd like to hear from tonight? Did you by any chance find a picture? I mean, if you don't have a picture, that's okay, because there's so many of them.
Yeah, I wish I did. Gosh.
Okay, how about a name, please?
Ruby.
You know what? I want to cuddle up. I want to just cuddle up is when I hear the name Ruby. This one's a cuddler, isn't it?
Yeah, I called her Ruby Two Shoes.
Okay, but it's like I want to. Can you see what I'm doing with my body? I just want to cuddle up and I feel safe and protected. Can I say?
Yes.
Yeah, protected. And I'm still not sure if it's a dog or a cat, but I want to say I feel more of a cat though, because I want to cuddle. Am I with this? A cat or not?
No, that would be Daisy if it was the cat.
Ah, you have, okay, so let's back up. Can I say that sometimes a dog wants to be a cat and other times a cat wants to be a dog? Do you understand that concept?
Yes.
Or behaves like that?
Yeah.
Could Ruby behave a bit like a cat?
Well, she thought she was a lap dog, but she was like 50, 60 pounds.
Okay, she's overextended.
So yeah, she would want to curl up in your lap.
Okay, okay. Um, she was finicky with her eating for a while.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm feeling like there were several issues, several physical issues going on with her
Yeah.
that caused those issues, the issues of
Yes.
her having difficulty with food. Um, if she was still here, I feel like you would have to do some sort of work with her teeth. There was a couple teeth that were going bad.
Yeah. If you want, I can elaborate on that. I brought it to the vet because I could see one of the teeth coming out, and what it was a brain tumor pushing her.
Oh, no wonder, no wonder, no wonder.
Yeah. And the
Okay.
vet said, "Well, I can put her to sleep today." And I went, "No, you can't." So I brought her home. We sat on the couch. We were watching Lassie, and she looked at me, and I said, "When it's time, you tell me." And she did. But I mean, that was like a year and a half to almost 2 years after. So
She didn't always listen to you, did she?
oh,
And this is where.
sorry, Donna. Fuck no, she wouldn't. No, she didn't.
Oh, okay. Hold back. Hold back. Keep some of the information about her with you for the moment. I'm wanting to connect with her more, and I'm having difficulty with that, is what I'm saying. So that's why I wanted to go say is she didn't listen to you that well. It's like talk to me, or come here. And she's got a real good tail going.
Oh yeah.
Okay? She's got a real good tail going, which to me tells me that she was quite a happy dog. And when she barked, you had to listen because it was almost like you knew something was cooking.
Yes.
Okay? You knew something was cooking. She's curling up beside you in bed too, isn't she?
All the time. Her and the cat. I can literally feel them like jump up on the bed because I would sit up and think it was the cat, and there was nothing there. I mean, you can feel them like walk up and then position themselves and lay down.
And they both had their own spot.
Yes.
And they trained them. I almost want to say they trained themselves to, this is my spot, this is his spot, or
Yes.
whatever. Okay. Okay, now I got both of them. Who's the one throwing up? Someone's having some difficulty keeping food down and is throwing up.
Probably the cat.
Okay. Hairballs? No. More than that. It's more serious than that. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what it was. I just acquired her in my car one night at a farm.
Okay. You're
Oh, sorry.
You're feeding. Okay. I want to teach you something, okay, sweetheart? When a medium is reading for you, you have to be attentive, yes? Okay? Yet that's called feeding the medium when you give them information. That's the stuff you want me to try to get a hold of for you, okay? And okay, I want to go with the cat. There's some sort of an allergic reaction she's having to something too, because she's doing some scratching of whether it be fleas or something she was eating. Does it make sense to you? You're looking at me like.
Well, I would say fleas because I mean we have a gravel driveway and she was an outdoor cat, indoor outdoor.
Okay. She's a love. You could almost read her, couldn't you? She could read you for darn sure.
Oh yes.
She knew when you were up and she knew you when you were down. And what I'm meaning by that, I'm talking your mood,
Yes.
your energy, and there's a lot of love there. Um, she says, "Thank you. You put her to you helped her leave this plane, didn't you?"
Well, she went missing and I couldn't find her. And she was here in the house all the time, but she just went off by herself. I don't know if it was a brain aneurysm or something along that line, but
My feeling is there's several things going on inside of her.
she's
I'm feeling
old,
like
but
she had some sort of there was a stomach issue. That's why part of the reason why the diet was changing all the time.
mm,
But there's also there is some sort of cancerous issue.
uh,
Okay, okay, that's what I'm sensing. Is I'm like touching my chest area.
yeah,
Okay, there was some breathing problems going on too at one point.
yeah, because she would sound like they'd sneeze and then she would have like all the gook
Okay,
and stuff. But
okay.
it didn't stop her from jumping on the table and drinking my eggnog.
Here you go.
I looked over and I went, "Are you freaking serious?" She had her whole face right in the glass.
Animals are wonderful. Um, okay, so that's Daisy. The dog. Can I say Daisy's big for for cat,
Oh yeah.
and the dog is small for a dog.
Maybe for her breed, maybe.
Okay, 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 okay. You know what? I'm gonna let some of that simmer because they're both challenging a bit to connect with. Okay, they both are. And does that make sense to you?
They're my cat and dog. I'm not, I'm not surprised.
Oh gosh, oh gosh. I'm gonna let them simmer, and I'm asking that they bring in some more evidence.
Okay.
Uh, you had a Christmas where ornaments got pulled off the tree.
Oh yeah, that would have been another cat.
Oh, okay, we're getting somebody else. Okay, okay, okay. And you had to be careful to keep the tree from falling over.
I nailed it to the wall.
Oh my God. I've never heard of that. But anyway, okay. I'm gonna leave there. I'm gonna move on to Donna. Thank you, Lori. Donna, you've got a brood around you. Can I call you the cat woman?
Um, I've had cats.
Not quite cat woman. Okay. You grew up with a lot of dogs. Cats more in
Yeah,
your adult years for some reason.
yeah,
They're
I've had cats,
they're
and
more
I've had dogs.
okay, okay, okay. Is there one in particular? Let's see if we got somebody who's a little easier to connect with. Can you give me a name?
Spike.
Uh, if somebody were to look at Spike, if they didn't know Spike, they could be a little bit afraid. But Spike merely gave that as his external external presence. He was marshmallow on the inside.
He was marshmallow on the outside too.
Well, yet somebody didn't know. Is it his? I'm not sure what his breed is.
Bijan.
Ah, okay. Who act like he was a big, uh, a big dog. You understand how a little dog can act like a big dog?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, can I say the universe planned for him to be with you?
Yes,
It
I
was
would say so.
it was
Yep.
almost like you did not go looking for him. He went looking for you in some way,
Yes.
and he appeared. Uh, can I say he was a lap dog? He appeared in your lap.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
He's probably here right now. This is the chair he and I always sit in together.
Okay. Okay. He's another fussy eater.
Yes. Yes, he was a little fussy.
Because
Yeah.
I would say that he wanted what he wanted. It's the
Mm-hmm.
best way I can say it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he's sticking his nose up or just walking away from the food that you're giving him. But it's wasted.
Mm-hmm.
Certain food is wasted, is what I want to say. Have you ever heard a dog hiccup?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this particular dog, I'm not familiar with the hiccup in an animal. I just heard the word hiccup. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's got, I'm feeling this is more towards the end of his life. He's got can I say it, some erratic breathing?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And that was part of what really concerned you about him, was
Mm-hmm.
breathing.
Yeah.
And you were unsure if you would possibly be witnessing his passing. I'm not sure if you did. Hang on. You did, didn't you?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, you did. He's telling me that brought you two closer.
Oh.
It brought the two of you closer. If you were to sit and meditate, which I do feel like you're good at, you don't always trust it though, okay?
Correct.
That you could call him in, and you're very visual when you're in meditation, aren't you?
Yes.
And you have seen him in your dreams,
Yes.
okay? I'm feeling like there could be some communication during meditation if the two of you bring your consciousnesses to the appropriate level, okay?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
At times, his hair was difficult to take care of.
Well, he had to be groomed, you know.
Is there some matting that would occur at times?
Yes. Yes. He would
Okay.
mat. Yes. That's true.
And matting could, okay, how can I say this? Could bring in more than just the hair. Could bring in outside outside objects, dirt or pieces
Yeah.
of leaves or stuff. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
When he's been to the groomer, should we say, he could look quite handsome.
He was very handsome.
There an issue with a right leg. Either we got some thorns or something in the paw at one time. I'm being
Yes.
drawn to my right leg.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm feeling like it took a little while to figure out exactly what it was that was bothering him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I'm feeling like he's not putting weight on that paw like he should. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's a friend of everybody's, isn't he?
He was. Yeah, he is.
And
He's a sweet boy.
It wasn't just you that had grieving to do when it was his time.
That's correct.
There were a number of other people who were affected by his loss.
Yes.
Something else here. He's got an issue with a couple teeth too, doesn't he?
Oh, yes.
Am I on the correct side where I'm pointing here? Am I not?
Well, it was both sides. He had quite a few teeth removed.
Okay. And he's got, this is something common of the breed.
Yes.
Okay. All right. He had some issues with whatever the anesthesia was at one point there.
Yes.
A reaction of some sort. maybe even throwing up. I don't know what else I'm feeling
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
And where you had to really think about what was best for him in regards to
Mm-hmm.
future issues like this.
Yes.
Um, he's a follower too. It's almost
Mm-hmm.
like me and my shadow. Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And right into the bathroom to make sure
Mm-hmm.
mom's not far away. Oh yes.
Right.
Oh, yes. Uh is someone else who's real extremely close to this dog. Is there someone else in your home?
Yep. My husband.
Okay. All right. And I feel like there still is a strong bond there
Yes.
between this one. Can I
Mm-hmm.
almost say he's your dog, but he's also his dog? And I
Absolutely.
almost want to say more so than yours.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
It's just that connection. It's
Sure.
okay. And
Yeah.
can you say soul connection?
Yes.
And for you to see this man shed tears over an animal, it's like, yeah, they had a strong connection, didn't they? Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if he's open to hear this message that's coming through here, it will be recorded. And if you want to share it with him,
Okay.
toys upon toys.
Yes.
And I'm feeling like I want to say daddy took took extra time to play with this one, was able to, more so
Mm-hmm.
than mom was.
Yeah. My husband was retired the last few years, so he had more time.
And more patience.
Probably.
You had other responsibilities, is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, okay, there's a memorial for this animal somewhere,
Yes. Yeah.
and this animal's not there. He's right. He's
Yes.
right. He's right in your living space, whether or not this is the same living space that this animal was in the physical. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. And
Yeah.
you're extremely mediumistic, and you need to keep studying because you need to get more confidence.
Thank you. I
Mm.
I hear that a lot, and I need to do that. You're right.
And
Thank you.
and I want to say, and I feel this is something very common for individuals who are training to be a medium, training to receive from the spirit side of life.
Mm-hmm.
Take some time to check back and see if there are any lifetimes that you were ostracized for doing this work. Okay.
There was.
Well, often when there's one, there's often several. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, the other aspect of it is, are you open for family and friends to know that this is something that you are and you're going to be?
Mm-hmm.
All right, because often family members not doing it on purpose can hold us back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right, because they're non-believers.
Yes, I understand.
All right.
I don't see myself as someone who could be, a gifted medium. Some people can play chopsticks. Some people can play Beethoven. I could be a chopsticks person.
Well, but part of the reason you're involved in this, and I want to say this for other people, whether you're listening right now or you will be listening, it's also about a way for you to have spiritual growth.
Yes, that's what it's about for me. Yes.
Okay. And that is probably one of the biggest reasons. for all of us at this time here on this planet. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Spiritual growth.
Yeah.
Are a spirit inside of a physical body having a physical experience.
Hmm.
And that spirit will live on beyond the demise of this physical body.
I'm confident of that.
Yes. And
Yes.
it's also about healing between the worlds, which is
Hmm.
interesting. That was last week's um, topic with a wonderful gifted medium from Connecticut, Elaine Kismes,
Hmm.
her book, Healing with Spirit.
Hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
And what a wonderful gifts that she has for other people.
Hmm.
And I personally known her for many years, but never knew that she had 4 children. And I'm saying,
Oh,
how the heck did she do all this
I
and
know.
raise 4 children too? Okay. For those who are listening, she is finishing up or is in process of publishing her 10th book. And all these books are, most of them are in regards to the afterlife and spirit communication, but she's also involved in astrology. So look her up, look her up. So um, there's a there's a there's a cat in your house now.
Not now, no. Years
Then
ago, I've had cats as a child and a special cat as an adult.
you sense a cat around that house. Am I correct? You
I
understand?
sense him around sometimes. Yeah, he was never in this house, but he's around us.
Well, he's following you,
Yeah,
yes.
I
But what
believe
I
it.
also want to say is this cat is helping you develop your skills.
Okay.
All right? Your clairsentience,
Okay.
your clairvoyance. Um, and I need to say your confidence. It's like, wait,
Yeah. I mean,
I saw something there. What was that real? Okay?
yeah.
Was. Okay.
Thank you.
Someone, this animal peeking in from the spirit side of life. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, a black and white kitty. Is it this one or is it this?
Yeah. No, that was the one. Yeah.
Okay. Black and white kitty. Not evenly marked, but uniquely marked. Can we say that?
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna. What my comparison is, my little friend who declined showing up. He's not here. Sylvester. Now, Sylvester is what you call a tuxedo cat. So you have the white bib, you have the white paws, you have white whiskers on a black background. So the only place he's unevenly is his tummy, because,
Hmm.
but he's got white there. So do you see how I'm trying to compare?
Yep. And my cat was similar markings.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and a crier too.
Yeah. He was a communicator. He
When,
could
when
communicate.
and you know what? You can also do. You also are capable of doing animal communication.
Oh my. That
Stop.
would be good.
Stop and think of it for a moment.
Hmm.
It's about tuning into an energy, and it's about receiving from that energy.
Hmm. Okay.
All right. Whether you're doing it clairaudiently or whether you're what's the other term, telepathically. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, both listeners here are good with psychometry. Do you know what psychometry is, Donna?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And
Taking an object.
yes, basically it's Okay, I'm gonna try to get a little more of the definition. Is yes, you're right there, but what it is the soul energy of the object,
Mm.
tuning into the soul energy of that object. So if you've got a toy or a blankie that belonged to one of your pets, you can tune into that animal on the spirit side of life.
Okay.
You can do the same thing with a loved one, right?
Yes.
Family member or friend. Okay.
Hmm.
Once you develop that ability, and it's a great ability to help open all these other doors. Okay. And Lori, who's listening very intently, a lot of this pertains to you too, Lori. Okay. And that's why I've got the position that you're in, listening intently. So, okay. Well, guys, we're gonna have anybody else show up. Maybe it's just a twosome here. This is, hey, the more we get these videos up, the more people realize the different aspects of this. What's the words I want to use? It's being spiritual. It's all about spirituality, isn't it? And why do I say spiritual? Because it's that higher level of consciousness. I've worked with a number of people who have lost a loved one, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and they are drawn into this to learn about the afterlife, to believe, but also to open up their sensitivity to the other side, right? Yes, grief can get in the way. I want to tell you that. Yes, because we need to be in our heart when we're working with spirit, and we want to be. We don't want to be bringing in any sort of negativity, right? Very important. I'm gonna and I know Lori's seen this before, but I'm going to share. This is a puppy picture of my earth angel on the other side, which you're going to hear more about. He and I were living in an RV. I don't know if you can tell. It's an older RV. That's what the flooring there is. And he's up in the, what did we call it? There was a term for it. The hump, the engine hump, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So he could be closest to mom while we were traveling. He literally wanted to be in mom's lap. Because when you're in an older vehicle, things go kind of bump and kind of creak and stuff, okay? But Earth Angel and I had to move through our grief in order for me to be a clear channel with him, okay? And part of his purpose in opening me up, because they all have reasons, is so he can be an advocate for other animals' peace and well-being, right? How many animals on this planet deserve better than they're getting, right? So there is, I want to tell you, and if you were listening and will listen to, there is a number of books that I'm meant to be writing, and the first one's going to be about him. Okay? I was guided to find him. Spirit led me to find him and to adopt him. And as a medium and healer, he was right there when I had a client, either sitting underneath them or sitting in their lap, wanting to comfort, wanting to be that little healer dog. But then he was there for me, as all these pets were there for you, right, ladies? Yep. So watch for, matter of fact, this came up in last week's show with dear Elaine Kosmeskis, she mentioned that there was a book for me to write. And I says, I know there's a lot of books. She's not just talk about the one or focus on one. This is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
This animal was here in the physical for 14 years with me. His body is now ashes spread across Arizona here, where he was born. That's another whole part of the story. And he has now been communicating with mommy for 5 years. Okay. So he wants to help humanity. He also wants to help the animals. So watch for that. But the important piece is, for me, his passing opened up the door. And that's what I've been talking about a bit, often a passing of a loved one. Have you had any experience like that, Donna?
Well, yes. I mean, people, who love animals, they come into our life for such a short time. And I've had some pretty significant experiences with passings and feeling them come back and be with me and their energy.
And
So yes.
And if it weren't for them, you wouldn't have had those experiences.
Right.
But you also wouldn't have gone and seeked, that's the right word. You would have gone seeking, that's better, more knowledge in regards to what happened.
Sure.
Yeah, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. I've personally been a medium for, I'd say, 20 years. That wasn't something that I was working with all those years before that. I believe I did have psychic ability at times, yes. Yet it didn't happen until I shed a lot of negativity inside of me and around me.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be with positive, uplifting people.
Isn't it hard to find at times?
Uh-huh. Especially if you're looking for it in your family.
Oh, well, that's impossible.
And I do want to say some people can find it in their family, a member or so.
I actually do have one person that's like that, extended family. My aunt, yes, I love her.
Okay,
She's wonderful.
And I want to say, the gift of me getting involved in all of this was a sibling who got me into a spiritualist church.
Oh.
Before I had any belief in any of this. And she got me there, and then I started what's the word, excelling, accelerating. And she went off in another direction. I could talk to her a little bit about spiritual matters, but we're not on the same page anymore. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I find that's the best term to use. We're not on the same page. She's in a different place. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. And saying, being on the same page term, it's like I'm doing my best not to make a judgment of her. Okay?
Right.
Yeah. I'm blessed that she got me into all of this. And even supported me when I started channeling. And validated what was happening and sat there with me. People, like you said, animals come into our lives for a period of time for us to learn things.
Yes.
And if you stop and think about what went on during your life with these particular animals, you're going to realize they came in to help you with certain issues or certain experiences that you went through. Okay? Very true. All right. Lori, do you have anything to add to this, son? All three of us can have mics open. Any of the animals come in at a certain time, then you were going through a rough time and you really needed them?
No, I would say I already had them. They just became more attuned when I was having a difficult time.
Excuse me here, I don't want. Okay. Okay.
Because Daisy, my first cat, Popcorn, and then Kitty was Walter's, but Daisy, I would be sitting there and she would just come up and look at you and then do the headbutt. She'd put her head down and like hit you right in the face. And she would not leave you alone until you responded to her. And that kind of always got me out of my funk.
Daisy a kneader? You know what I mean by kneading?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could like roll over and she could like massage my back, which I just thought was hysterical. But she would drool while she was doing it, which was
almost like they're in an altered state when they're doing it.
Yeah.
Say it that way. You know, they're
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
You're like mesmerized.
Right. And I've actually got a gorgeous comforter that got pulls all over it now because of this wonderful kneading that dear Sylvester does. But the other thing I want to share here, we're talking tonight, and my hope was to do more readings, but that wasn't meant to be. That's okay. Pets visit from heaven. We can talk about experiences. Either one of you have the understanding of how another animal from spirit can overshadow an animal who's here in a physical form?
Yes.
Donna's nodding her head, and Lori's kind of like, You haven't had that experience, okay?
No, I don't think so.
Sylvester likes to play. He's had him for 3 years this month, and they figured he was about 7 or so. So he's about 10. So that's kind of cool for a 10-year-old to still want to play and run and stuff. But what I want to say is, I've never seen a kitty before retrieve a ball. I've seen a dog do it. And what I've come to learn is that Earth Angel is overshadowing Sylvester of those times. Okay. I have a very short video on my YouTube page. Not everybody realizes what it is. It's something about, it says Sylvester fetching the ball. I'm sitting, I have an art table, and he came, I threw a ball for him to go chase and play with. It's a little, with bells inside of it that they like to follow him, okay? All of a sudden I look over, here he is walking across the room with it in his mouth, and then he drops it on the floor right next to me. I was dumbfounded. Okay? So process that. I know, Laura, you still have some pets around you at the house?
Yes, we have a dog that my sister adopted, but it didn't work out. She didn't feel anything for this dog. And I said, oh, well, we'll take her. And she ended up being my mom's dog, it was the perfect timing for her. And then I have my cousin's cat. So when my cousin passed, her daughter who had moved in was severely allergic. So I had lost Daisy and she had lost her dog. So we were like, saying sorry to each other for losing a beloved pet. And she goes, oh, do you want a cat? My parents said no. I said yes. And I said, what color is she? And she said, all black. And I said, yes, I'll take her. So
watch some of these animals' behavior and see who else may come to mind to you when you're watching. Okay?
Well, I said to my grandchildren, maybe, what the hell's the dog's name? Thumper. No, wait a minute. Muffin. It's
Muffin is physical or Muffin's in spirit?
no, Muffin's physical.
Okay.
I said, well, what if Charlie, my mom's other dog, reincarnated and came back as this dog? And this dog does things so similar to Charlie. It's uncanny, and she looks just like Charlie's sister. So, but the cat's getting, she's always had the F you attitude. My cousin did. But always up for a good time. So, I mean, if I get the stick with the string out, she's all over it. And you can hear her. She's like thumping all over upstairs. But she misses the attention because the dog doesn't like her.
People can do this too. And I know Lori's heard about this from some other directions. Can be overshadowing someone, or can be walking in, a walk-in. So anyway, but I mean, it was too much for me to see this cat retrieving a ball like Earth Angel used to do. I used to, not a ball like that, but other balls more for a dog. You know, I'm talking like maybe a tennis ball size. And I'd throw it and he'd go get it and bring it back for me. Wouldn't always let me take it out of his mouth, as a lot of dogs will do, but he would go get it. A squeak toy, that was a big deal too. Something with noise. Anyway, comments, questions, observations, ladies. The show wasn't exactly the way I thought it was going to be, but spirits in charge here. Spirits in charge. Because a lot of our conversation still relates to our pets visiting from heaven, but we did work on some connections with them. You need a kitty in your house, don't you, Donna?
I joke to my husband about that. Yeah. I mean, it'd be fun to have a cat, but who knows what's going to happen in the future. There'll probably be a cat showing up.
Well, can I say now would be a good time for you to do that because you are at home?
Yeah.
Donna, do you have a dog?
I do. We lost our Bichon a little over a year and a half ago, and we were going to take a little break, and my husband needed a dog, and we went to the shelter, and we had a name in on a dog, and the next morning he got a call from a friend of his who said they had a client that had this puppy that needed a home.
Oh.
And we woke up Sunday morning without a dog, and we went to bed Sunday night with a puppy.
Oh, another animal that was unexpected.
Very unexpected.
Now,
Yeah, that's how we usually get most of ours.
I would say to your husband, look at what the dog brought home and have a little kitten.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe it'll be something like that. Now that we've had this conversation, there'll be a kitty show up.
Right, right. Or you're going to be drawn to one. And what I want to say to you is both the animals that I've been talking about, my most recent Earth Angel and Sylvester, probably because we've got such a connection. Okay. I want to say definitely soul connection with both of them, that my guides led me to find them.
Mm-hmm.
They were both in shelters in this Arizona area where I'm at. And it was about me following the guidance. When it was time for me to get Sylvester, it was shortly before I will share that I was diagnosed with breast cancer, where comforting from a kitty was going to be really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know, but I said, okay, there's a shelter here, there's a shelter there, shelter over here. Which one am I supposed to go to? And they told me which one. This one in Sedona. And that it was a black and white kitty. And I says, how will I be sure which this kitty is? You'll know. We'll let you know. This was the cat that greeted me once I walked in the door. And like, I'm here, Mom. And I was still hesitating because it was happening so fast.
Right.
And literally went out to get a cat carrier the night before I went to adopt him. And it just kept going in a positive way.
Mhm.
And I'm most grateful to my guides. If we can listen,
Yeah.
and that's what part of what mediumship is about, being able to listen, being able to hear, being able to sense, we'll know. We'll be guided, right? And we are. Okay.
I'm laughing, Pamela, because I took a loaf of bread out of the oven a couple of weeks ago, and clear as a bell, I hear my mother say, "You didn't ever make that when I was here." I said, and I just came out and said, because we didn't have a fucking oven. And my father looked at me like, who are you talking to?
And mom, and your dear mom passed, what date was it?
November 28th.
She's a newbie on the other side.
Yes, and I'm sure all of the cats and dogs ran to her because they were all in love with her.
Awesome. So spirit can communicate in whatever way they want, whatever way they know is best for us and for them. Animals can do the same thing. We just have to tune in a little differently
Mm.
because they're a different, can I say a different soul group? Although they're still part of our soul group.
Yes.
So I want to thank everybody who's here tonight and maybe listening. Thanks for coming in and elaborate. Let's see. Next week's show, I have a guest. And the show is titled, What is Spirit Rescue?
Oh,
Her name is Amy Major. She is originally from New Hampshire. She also has moved west. Matter of fact, just these past 6 months, she is now living out in Las Vegas. And she is a psychic medium. She is a spirit rescuer. She's a teacher. And she's an author. I believe she's definitely 2 books. And they're all on the topic of spirit rescue. And I want to say that spirit rescue is a little bit unique, but it's something to help us and to help them. Okay. And when I say spirit rescue, um, how many people talk about spirits that go bump in the night? Some that may not have been acclimated to the spirit realm when they passed. This is where spirit rescue comes in.
oh, okay.
Okay. And another area is they can attach to us. There's a whole there's a whole what's the word I want to say? Concept of why this is an important area. She's also a very good medium and she's a sweetheart. So that's next week's show. And I'm looking to see what else. I will be doing messages of love the following week. And I'm looking for a few people for guests. So if you have any ideas of somebody who would make a good guest, please let me know. I have some coming up in a month and a half that are going to be good. But right now, it looks like I need to fill up my calendar. Suzanne Geisman, if anybody knows that name, wonderful psychic medium. And she has a background of military. Very, very interesting. And she will be joining me not until March, but a very interesting story. Um, so keep posted. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to all of the YouTube recordings from the show, please do. It's Pamela Marie Edmunds. I am in process of trying is the word. Sometimes trying can be challenging, to organize what I have for recordings. Because right now, I believe this particular show has it's going to be number 21, I believe.
Wow.
I'm in process of creating a new channel. So hopefully I can do that. I don't know if it's going to be an easy job, but to do it. And still keep these channels on, these recordings on Pamela Marie Edmunds. So people who already know about that can go there and can merely look to see what other channels I have available. It kind of, because what happens is there's some channelings on there too, and not everybody is looking for the channelings. They're looking to maybe get a talk show like what this is here, learn a bit about the afterlife, to learn a bit about our relationships with those who are in the afterlife and how we can enhance them. So lots of love to everyone. Be
Thank you.
safe, be well, and stay out of fear, and help others stay out of fear too. If you can, send them some healing. Know that it's their experience too, and that things are in process of getting better for this planet Earth. We've done some major healing these past months with the COVID-19 virus. Yes, there's been a lot of loss, yet you know what? Those individuals are helping the planet in its healing. Yeah, think about it that way. We have been overcrowded. We're not as crowded as we used to be, are we? But we've other things to deal with.
You're a moose.
Oh, okay. Real quick, someone say hi. And who is this? I think I've met
This
this
is Muffin.
Muffin.
This
Aw,
is Muffin.
Muffin. Muffin's hair gets snarled,
Cute.
doesn't it? You have to brush Muffin pretty
Yeah,
well.
usually we mohawk her and then color her hair.
No. Oh my God. Poor baby. Poor.
Somebody in Texas didn't want her and she came north and she does not like snow.
Ah,
Yeah.
see. Has there been an issue with this particular dog going to the bathroom where it's not supposed to?
Yes, I'm running out of puppy pads
Okay.
because she really does not like the snow.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and it's been a long time since I've had a dog that's not acclimated to my schedule. So I've had to be like, okay, I got to get up and go pee in the morning. The dog does too.
Okay.
So unless there's been a wild animal out there that she catches a whiff of, she really doesn't like to leave the steps if the weather's bad.
Well, what I'd like to suggest to you for you to talk to her.
Okay, because I've talked to her about the cat, and I said,
And
you
that
have
helps
to
me.
lighten up and be. You have to like her because your life will be miserable for a long time if you don't.
And things changed, didn't they?
Well, she kind of looks at me like, seriously, I have so much fun chasing her and terrorizing her, and it's like it's not going to end well for you.
Understand that they understand when we talk to them. Okay. And
Because
for
sometimes I think my cat's telling me it's not happening fast enough. Because she's really mouthy.
well, your cat is also antagonizing this dog.
Well, she just sits on the stairs and looks at the dog like I had the run of the whole house until you got here.
That's antagonizing.
Oh, just by looking at her. Well, then
No, but by thinking that she's the queen. That's antagonizing.
Well, she's a cat, isn't she?
Well,
I understand what you're saying.
cats and dogs can get along. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Great night. And if you ever need anything further with me, please let me know. And I I am considering changing my schedule, what I'm doing for other classes real quick. It's a good possibility I maybe start going back to a meditation message circle again on Monday nights.
Okay.
That's what Spirit's guiding me to. And so I'm going to do a post Facebook and see how many people respond.
That
And
sounds good.
yeah, and that people really need meditation.
Yes.
People need to be with people in that realm. And messages could be from one another or could be from Spirit through me. So that's Monday nights. I haven't posted it yet, but I've got a note to do so. And that would be meditation and message circle. And I'm feeling to still charge $10 because I'm gifting of my time, but I'm also going to be gifting of messages. And they may not be mediumship, but there'll be messages that are intuitive to help other people.
Mhm.
And it's good.
Plus, who doesn't need meditation? You know, nowadays we all need to just be able to calm ourselves and
Well, meditation comes in different forms, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, okay, we've said goodbye twice.
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right, ladies.
Pamela, Lori.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
Thank you
night.
very much.
And
With
Blessings.
Donna.
see you again, Donna. And I know I'll
Bye-bye.
see you again, Lori. God bless.
Thank
God
you. Bye.
bless. Thank you.